Okay, this is Kim and Steve.
No, better known as KJ and the Steve.
Right, and so we are trying to get back to traveling like everybody else, and so in a couple of days we are trying to get over to the island of Hawaii. We're going to go into Oahu and stay 3 nights at Aulani, and then we're going to go on over to Kauai and stay 7 nights at the
Sheraton in Poipu.
Right.
On the southern end of Kauai.
So we were just going to kind of talk about all the things that we've experienced trying to book this trip.
Yeah, going to Hawaii right now, as all of y'all know, it's been a trial and error type deal. Hawaii has been very strict on what they're allowing and allowing people to come into the island. You have to register through their safe travel program. You have to get a pre-travel COVID-19 negative test result.
72 hours.
72 hours prior to your final leg of your trip to Hawaii. So that's not if you've got a connecting flight.
You have to look at your connecting flight.
You have to look at what time the connecting flight leaves from whatever that location is into the flight into Hawaii, and your test has to be within 72 hours of that.
What we have to do is we have to get a COVID test 72 hours before we get to Honolulu, which we did, and then we're staying for 3 nights, but then we also have to get another test before we go to Kauai, and it has to be within 72 hours. So
and make certain that you go onto the Safe Travel Hawaii website, because you have to use certain providers for your COVID testing. If you're a Trans-Pacific flyer, they've got a list of approved labs and companies in the United States, mainland United States, that can do the test. And then there's a separate list of approved providers for inter-island travel. So once you arrive in Hawaii, some are similar, like CVS, Walgreens, some of the big names like that. But then there are some other local ones that you can use to do the inter-island ones. So make sure that you check those lists and schedule only with those approved providers, or they will not accept the test results regardless.
So what we're doing is we went ahead and got our CVS test here, and it came back negative for 72 hours from our connection. When we get to Honolulu, we're going to a hotel for the first day. But the very next day, we went ahead and scheduled a COVID test. We went ahead and made an appointment. So that's a thing. As soon as you can make those
they're recommending for the inter-island testing, because tourism is picking up quite a bit in Hawaii. So they're recommending to try and make those reservations as far in advance, just to make sure that you are able to get a time. We actually made our inter-island reservation for a test prior to doing the one here domestically, or on the mainland. So it's it's a little tricky, but it is we understand Hawaii is trying to continue to keep things safe. And so we're just ready to travel, and we're ready to go. And so we're willing to do a little extra work to make sure we can get there and stay safe and keep everybody else safe.
So we went ahead and we did our safe travel upload our picture. You have to upload your picture and a negative COVID test to go from Dallas to Honolulu. We got that set. After we get to Honolulu, we stay 1 night. Next day we get up. We have an appointment around 10 o'clock. We're going to go take our other test at that point in time, in case it takes more than 24 to 48 hours to get it back, so we can catch our connecting flight 3 days later to Lahui, Kauai. Okay, so this is what the QR code will look like once we get it. This is just a sample.
That's on their website.
So once you're screened at the airport, your trip details will be updated with your safe travel exemption information. Please make sure your QR code is screened by the airport personnel at arrival in order for your trip exemption information to be updated.
And then this will be required to show to your ground transportation and hotel to show that you are exempt from the mandatory 10-day quarantine. It can be accessed on your Safe Travels account under your trips.
Okay, so that's what the QR code will look like once we get it done. That's not ours, though.
Yeah. People about every 2 feet telling you where to go.
guys' final destination now. Gotta see your face there. And I see your tests are able to upload.
Great.
Great. I'll scan some Thank you, Miss Kimberly. Alright. And then just remember to make that second QR code for when you arrive to Kona, was it?
Kauai.
Kauai.
Yeah. That's okay.
All right. All set.
Before you leave, just show them this at the door and you're good to go.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. That wasn't hard.
We did it. We did it. Now we just gotta keep on going. So after you go through the airport, you have to make sure you have this green, which we'll show that later, I guess.
Take off the mask. Oh, that feels good to get that mask off. Oh, do we?
no power on the TV. No USB or power outlets on
And this is no
it.
USB.
The only USB I see are 2 on the clock right there. So everything's got to be plugged in. So what?
2 USB on the clock. Oh, the clock is stuck to the thing too.
Is it?
Like everything's stuck to the thing? No, just the clock. Clock is stuck.
What's the clock?
Okay. And then everybody oohs and ahs over this lamp.
Mickey lamp. The shade's crooked.
Mhm.